And I'm recording, so excellent. So this is a quick run through of albertastrobos.com, which is basically a beta site for canadastrobos.com. And if you're seeing this video, don't worry, this is not a final video. It's just placeholder for the new beta testers to get a feel for the site. So if you got an invite to the email or through your email, you can go ahead and hammer albertastrobos.com in your browser, and you can log in with your credentials on the main page, just like I'm doing now. And once you're logged in, you can see that I've got some customized stuff here on the right. It tells me who's been hanging out on the website, what groups I'm in, who I am. If I click on my name, I'll get my profile. So this is a social networking site. Basically, I can update my profile like you do Facebook as a status update. I can say testing status update. And then now this message will be visible to all the other members of the site. So basically, the site centers around groups and discussions, as well as being a link sharing service with Dig voting functionality and an activity stream, and some multimedia embedding. So if I look at the groups, I can see there's a group directory. That right now there's 36 groups. This is going to change. If there's a subject you want to see, let me know and I'll put it in. If there's something that doesn't get used, well, it'll just go to the bottom. That's the nature of the application. So I see if I want to look at groups in alphabetical order, I can do so, and I can see that I'm a Canon shooter, so there's a group for me. I'm also a Nikon shooter, so there's a group for me too. Haha. So I can see that Sandy's been active in the Canon group. He says he loves his 5D Mark II because he's a spoiled brat, and that's fantastic. He's got lots more money than I do. I shoot a 7D with better autofocus. But I'm going to like his update anyway, and here we go. I can say Canon 7D is my weapon of choice. And this is basically for gearheads who really care more about photography equipment than they do the pictures they make, but let's have the fights happen localized in groups. As I go through groups some more, I see that I can search anything in the groups. I can search a topic. If I want to search for a certain group, if this thing gets really big, I can see that I can search for, well, I don't know, alien bees, which are the lights that I use. Sure enough, there's an alien bees group. And if I click in here, there's no administrator. There's 4 members right now, but we can all go ahead and have discussions. So that's basically how groups work. If I want to not have discussions specifically in groups, I can have an activity stream, just like I do in Facebook, and I can see through the entire website who's talking about what, who's posting what, and I can reply to topics right on the website. So I can see Josh has been putting in sports photography, a photo of the Hurricanes. I've already hit that I like this, but if I favorite this, I can favorite this post for later, and I can look across groups without having to log into each one and kind of bring that content up to the top. Also, if I look at links, this works just like Dig, and I can create a new link, and members can vote the links up or down. So right now there's categories of links. If I want to look for tutorials, I can see all the tutorial links, and if I thought this one really sucked, I can vote it down. And so that way the really helpful stuff rises to the top. If you've seen dig.com, works exactly the same way. Back to the groups functionality, I just want to talk about this being image and video sharing site. So media is very important for things we're talking about. If I go to the Alberta Strobos group, for example, and this works for any other group, if I put a URL to any asset, the website will go ahead and display that asset. So I've got Vimeo.com here. I've got the Sydney Strobos meet. All I have to do to reference this video is just copy and paste the URL that the video sits in. I can put a little message in. If I put the URL that it came from, I can post the update, and then magic happens, and it goes out, gets the video for me, and it's in my post. Same with images. If I'm on my Flickr portfolio, if I just grab the URL from a certain photo, I can go ahead and look for the appropriate group. So I really like shooting portraits, so if I look in groups, I look for the appropriate group. Here's the one called portraits. And I can say, hey, what's new? This is a Wired inspired portrait. Put in the URL, put in the URL where that is on Flickr. I post my update, it goes and grabs the photo, puts it in line for me. And so we can have these discussions. I can come along and reply to this, and I can say, wow, that's not a very flattering photo. And I can post that, and we can talk about assets, we can talk about videos, talk about photos, and give feedback to each other. So essentially that's the run through of the site. I'm in the portraits group right now, but if I go to activity, I can see that sure enough, I posted this in portraits, but if there was more users posting stuff, we would see their avatar as well as what they're posting, as well as being able to respond. Instead of responding in groups, we can actually respond through the activity stream here. There's a small Twitter-like functionality that I'll talk about in the future, but that's sort of the base run-through. So get your feet wet, try it out. There's a messaging system, there's a mapping system, there's a marketplace coming, there's an actual visual design coming, but that should give you enough to really stress test the site. Thanks.